Hello and welcome to the Intel Brief. Today is Monday, the 11th of May. I'm your host Daniel, and today we're going to talk about Bahrain has arrested 41 people over alleged links to the Revolutionary Guard. Trump has said Iran's proposal to end the war is unacceptable, and Putin said that he thinks the Ukraine war is coming to an end. So firstly, Bahraini authorities have arrested 41 people suspected of links to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, or IRGC, Reuters reported, citing Bahrain's Interior Ministry. The ministry said that investigations by public prosecutors involved a group linked to the IRGC and cases related to expressions of sympathy with Iranian attacks on the Gulf states. Bahrain and other Gulf countries have been hit hard by Iran, and Tehran says it is acting in retaliation for the United States and Israel's war in Iran, launched back in February 28th. So what? I think it's likely that there's a significant amount of agents operating on behalf of the IRGC within these Gulf states, both sympathizers and people actually conducting intelligence type activity, particularly around the targeting of US infrastructure targets and also battle damage assessments post strikes. So, telling Iran if they did or did not hit their intended target. And yeah, I think it's likely that the Gulf state security services are supported by the United States are working overtime to try and reduce the effectiveness of the IRGC within their countries as this goes on, and particularly if they are going to go back to war with Iran, which we'll talk about soon. And next, US President Donald Trump has rejected the Iranian proposal to end the war. In a post on Truth Social, he said that I've just read the response from Iran's so-called representatives and I don't like it. And then in capital letters, totally unacceptable. Earlier on Sunday, Tehran had sent a proposal to Washington via a mediator in Pakistan. The proposal had demanded an end to the war on all fronts and for sanctions against Tehran to be lifted, according to Iranian state media. Iran's proposal, which was in response to an earlier plan tabled by the United States, had emphasized the need for the US to lift sanctions on Iranian oil for 30 days, as well as demanding an end to the naval blockade of Iranian ports. So what? I mean, the key question to me is, what is Trump going to do about it? This is kind of the main thing. Sadly, Trump likely lacks the cards to pressure Iran at this stage. And it's still possible the US may need to go back to war with Iran to even get back to what the status quo was before the initial strikes in the February 28th conflict. So yeah, not really a good situation. I understand that Trump is not happy with the agreement because it's likely very bad for him and the United States, both diplomatically, internationally, and domestically. But yeah, how they achieve anything better without the use of military force is currently unclear. And lastly, Russian President Vladimir Putin on Saturday hinted that Ukrainian war could end soon. Speaking to reporters after making Russia's Victory Day parade, Putin said, "I think that the matter is coming to an end." The comment was made in response to a question about whether Western help to Ukraine went too far. The Russian leader said they started ratcheting up the confrontation with Russia, which continues to this day, and I think that it's heading towards an end, but it's still a serious matter. So what? It's pretty unclear how Putin thinks that this conflict's going to end because, I can't really see a path to victory for either side at this stage. Ukraine doesn't appear to be on the edge of collapse despite the US limiting their support. The EU has come in with a large recently, and this has helped Ukrainian domestic production of both missiles, drones, and other military equipment. It's possible that Russia could be looking to de-escalate the conflict and try and find a way out. The Russian economy is struggling quite badly due to this war. They're having a massive shortfall in manpower when it comes to working age males that can do anything just due to the amount of people they've sent into the conflict. And yeah, it seems possible, but also that would probably end very badly for Putin. So I don't see how he thinks he's going to get out of it that easily. But anyway, that's been the Intel Brief. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you again tomorrow. See you.